The British band Placebo would release their debut album in 1996. Featuring a boy pulling his eyes down wearing a red top, the cover would result in controversy, and the subject would end up suing the band because they, and I quote, ruined his life. Today, let's explore the story of what happened. The boy featured on the album cover of Placebo's debut record is named David Fox. The inserts for the album also featured another similar photo of Fox. Nearly 15 years after the album's release, Fox would file a lawsuit against Placebo, telling the Sun newspaper how he ended up on the album cover, revealing, "My older brother Dwayne had just passed away from muscular dystrophy, and my cousin Saul Fletcher came to the funeral. I didn't know him very well because he lived in London, and I was a lot younger than him. He was a professional photographer and came with all this camera equipment. He got me outside and asked me to pull different faces and poses. We all thought it was for his personal use. It was once the album came out that Fox soon experienced problems at school, over appearing on the album cover recalling to the Sun, "That picture ruined my life. When I was in school, I used to be well known and have loads of mates. We used to play football together and I was happy. But when the album came out, the friends that I did have began to pick on me. I think they might have been jealous, or they saw a boy pulling a silly face and didn't want to hang out with him anymore because he looks weird. Because I lived in such a tiny village, everyone was friends with each other. I think I could have got away with it if I lived in a big city." Due to the problems Fox experienced, he had to go to 4 different schools and eventually went to a school for kids with behavioral needs and performed poorly. He wouldn't end up writing his university entrance exams, and at the time of the lawsuit, he was 27 and unemployed. He would admit to the Sun his original ambition was to own a nightclub, and had he not appeared on the album cover, he may have achieved that goal. He would claim the lawsuit was about principle and not about money, and that his mother, as well as himself, never signed anything giving his cousin permission to sell the picture. He would also claim that the band tried to get in touch with him in 2006 to get some current pictures of him, but they couldn't track him down, despite the fact he lived at the same address he did when the photo was taken. Apart from the band, he would express some anger towards his cousin, claiming he hadn't spoken to him since the photo was taken. It appeared that since the lawsuit was announced, there was no further update on the matter, and even a 2021 Loudwire article on the subject didn't talk about what came of the lawsuit. It seemed like Fox's issue should have been with the photographer and not so much with the band. I've done a very similar story on the band Vampire Weekend and the woman who appeared on one of their album covers who ended up suing the group. That does it for today's video, guys. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like button and subscribe. We'll see you again in Rock and Roll Your Story sticker.